Hello, mabuhay Philippines! Welcome back again to my YouTube channel Journey with me, etc, etc, etc. That features people, events, places, and more. So kung bago ka pa lang sa channel na ito, don't forget to subscribe and press the notification bell for latest uploads, videos, and vlogs. So nandito po ngayon tayo at the back of it's the ongoing protest para po sa suporta sa bansang Ukraine at sa bansang Yemen. At ganoon din po, suporta rin po sa Russian anti-war movement. Dahil according to protest po, there are 377 na namatay ng tao sa Yemen at 10,000 children ang nagbuwis na po ng buhay dahil sa war. So ito pong protest na to, which is organized by the IAWM, which stands for Irish Anti-War Movement. Basically, this is our organization that opposing war to anywhere. So the Irish people are opposing war. It stands solidarity between Ukraine and Yemen. So panoorin natin at alamin natin kung ano ang kanilang pananaw at prinsipyo at kung ano ang pinaglalaban po nila tungkol sa
Anything good coming out of this war in Ukraine, it is the fact that people are realizing that we are riddled with double standards. We need no more war. We need no more building empires. We need an end to imperialism. And we need to stop our a la carte attitude to sanctions. So countries like apartheid Israel, countries like Russia, and countries like Saudi Arabia, we have to treat really when it comes to sanctions. We can't have one law for Russia and one law for Israel. And when you see our Taoiseach going out to meet with the Saudis, there's almost like a media blackout. It's a self-imposed media blackout of the absolute horrors that are being imposed on the Yemeni people. It is absolutely not acceptable, and we have that opportunity now, and I really do believe there's a new energy about the anti-war movement, for the anti-war movement, because people realise that war is wrong, war damages ordinary people, and we have these carpetbaggers coming along telling us that we should end our neutrality. The reality is none of them will be facing the fire, none of them will be on the front line. It is ordinary working families in Spear Street in the inner city right across the country. It will be working families, working class women and men that will be facing on the front line, and that is something that we cannot allow to continue. And it's all very well for them to talk in Dáil Éireann and you know, they're there and they're saying we should end our neutrality. The reality is they won't be on the front line, they won't be facing the sanctions, the pressure. So we have to say no to NATO, we have to say no to war, and we have to say yes to neutrality.
Just to remember that the same people in this country who are calling four square for Ireland to join NATO, to join the European army, basically the same cause.
We're not going to facilitate any kind of breaches of international law. We are not going to facilitate the US on anything that is illegal and unacceptable to the vast majority around the world. The second thing we need to do is put it up to our European partners who are at this very moment in time railroading through the further militarisation of Europe and providing huge funding for the European armaments industry so they can develop and expand their weapon expertise so that they can sell to countries like Saudi Arabia. That is what is going on, and we have to say stop. It is not in our name. The people of Yemen deserve the right to life, the same as the people in the Ukraine, the same as the people in any part of this world. And I would like to see Yemen flags up beside the Ukrainian flags. I would like to see our ministers show an emblem of Yemen as well as one for the Ukraine. And that's not saying that any is more important than the other. Everybody is equal in this world, and the wars that are going on in this world have to be attacked equally. And our government is totally hypocritical in this respect. Of course, I'm not going to go into the American situation because I think there are lots of other people who'll be covering that later on today. But I think what we have to do, what our ministers and government have to do, and everybody here has to put it to their own politicians, whichever constituency you're in, that they have to stand up to Saudi Arabia. And we have to say no more lives is lost. Isn't marching in there and I'm sure that since the marching left, the death toll has skyrocketed. We have to do something. We can't after 7 years begging for me. After 7 years we're still ignoring this massive humanitarian and global crisis because that's what it is. And yet if it's just to happen in cities we can actually highlight other wars. We have to highlight them all and all into it.
We're trying to get information about Irish industrial or business relations with Saudi Arabia. Information has already been revealed about Irish business relationships with apartheid Israel. But this is the root of it, and this is why it's so important for people to stand with the victims of these crimes, because because we're standing therefore with the international movement, the working class people who produce these weapons as much as the victims of them in other countries. This is so important for us to do. Is Breed Smith here, please? Breed Smith? No sign of Breed Smith. Is Ibrahim Hashim? Ibrahim is a Yemeni citizen, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you all for being here, and first I'd like to thank the Irish anti-war movement and everybody else who's supporting this event. Just a few words from my side, unprepared. The Saudi-UAE invasion of Yemen is entering its 8th year with no end in sight. Their bombing of homes, hospitals, schools, markets, power plants, as well as other civilian infrastructure has devastated millions of lives. Their air, land and sea blockade has deprived an entire country of food, fuel and medicine, creating the world's worst humanitarian crisis. A child under 5 years old dies every 90 seconds from malnutrition. Meanwhile, the US and the UK provide the Saudi coalition with military support while the UN Security Council shields them, thus enabling these dictators to kill and destroy with impunity. The media calls the Yemen war the forgotten war. It is not. It is a hidden war. The Saudi-UAE dictators prohibit the media from reporting from within the country as not to expose their war crimes and to control the narrative since their first bombing 7 years ago.
Separation treaties. Where has that gone? Where is that tradition of neutrality where Ireland could actually broker for peace in the world? The truth is, it's being sold out. It has been and it is being sold out by the ruling class in this country. Is Breed Smith any sign? If not, oh, she's here. Breed, fantastic. Just arrived on a bicycle, no less.
They're getting like Eamon Ryan. I don't think so. How are you, Susan? I just want to say a couple of things about why we're here today. First and foremost, this is the greatest humanitarian crisis on the planet. And that's not Breed Smith saying it, or the comrades here who are mounting the protest over the war in Yemen. That is from the United Nations. Yemen is the biggest humanitarian catastrophe on the planet today. And I think we should all, and do all, acknowledge that here. But what is wrong with our system that it doesn't even get a mention? You don't even hear about it. You don't even see the tragic photos or images of babies starving to death and mothers screaming for help. And you're talking about millions of people on the verge of starvation in a world of plenty. And I believe the reason we don't hear about it is because as far as the Western powers are concerned, and as far as our government is concerned, Saudi Arabia who are carrying out the carnage in Yemen are our allies. Why else did they fly the flag at half-mast over the Dáil when the Saudi king died? Who else do they do that for? They see this most barbarian regime, who up to recently and probably still is locking up women for driving, who only last week, or sometime very recent in the last month,
Stop the war in Yemen.
Very much. So, people with the comments, that's direction first. Somebody to so, people with the comments first. People with the body bags or the comments leading the let's go to the front top. So, everyone with English to a few more here.
Sorry, excuse me, could you take a photograph of me?
Sure, just hold on. I'll just finish my blog. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. That's great, thanks very much. Thank you.
Stop the war in Yemen! End the siege now! Hands off Yemen! Stop the war now! Okay, stop. Hands off Yemen! Stop the war now! 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 Stop the war now!
Stop the war now!
Stop Yemen! Stop the war now! Stop the war in Yemen! Stop the war in Yemen! End the siege now! Stop the war in Yemen! End the siege now! Stop the war in Yemen! End the siege now! Stop the war in Yemen! End the siege now! Stop the war in Yemen! End the siege now! Stop the war in Yemen! End the siege now! End the siege
hypocrisy that's going on in this country is absolutely unbelievable. How come we can turn a blind eye for the last 7 years to one of the biggest slaughters that's taken place on this planet? When you look at the last UN figures said that by the end of 2021, there would be 377,000 deaths. Huge opportunities for Ireland to hold it up to their European partners for a start and say we are not going to Saudi Arabia, we are going to actually isolate Saudi Arabia. That's the only thing we can do. And there's only 2 reasons in my opinion why we're not doing this. One of them may sound quite familiar and to a certain extent in relation to Saudi Arabia. Is it because these are not white European people that are dying? They're brown-skinned Arabs. Now, I'm saying that with all respect to everybody, regardless of what colour your skin is, that there is something here that just does not smell right. And I think we have to hold it to our political leaders in this country. Just 2 or 3 days ago, Madeleine Albright died, and you had
Okay guys, there were about maglalakad na po sila sa street ng Dublin City Center para sabihin at to voice out their principles and perspective. They are against war and they stand solidarity between the Ukraine and Yemen. So let us watch them.
Stop them! Stop the war in Yemen! Stop the war in Yemen! Hands off Yemen!
if you stand solidarity between Ukraine and Yemen, could you please comment on the comment section? And if you're against or anti-war, please comment on the comment section and tell me why you support Ukraine and Yemen. Maraming salamat po. Okay, yung nakikita nyo po na white na kinakalat nila, that's a body drug. So you have to sign and register paghatag ng body drug para magbigay po ng suporta sa Ukraine and Yemen to stop war. They are against war, as I said, they want peace. Okay guys, thank you so much for joining me in YouTube channel Journey with me, etc, etc, etc. So this is again a protest against the war, and they stand solidarity with Ukraine and Russia. Maraming salamat po, at maraming salamat po sa pagsama niyo sa akin dito sa vlog na ito, sa video for today. Hanggang sa muli, ako po si Juliana Soria ng etc, etc. Bye!